Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video by yours truly. I'm back with a chit chat. I almost said chit chat could read with me, but today is just a chit chat. I just challenged myself to just sit down and talk about something. Hopefully, I don't lose focus because when I do one thing the whole time without changing, I start to lose focus and I end up going off topic. So today I'm just challenging myself because I don't want my videos to be too long as they always are, because I feel like people nowadays don't watch videos that are that long, especially a video that is a sit down video and a person is talking. Even I lose concentration when I watch people talk for a very long time. So I'm trying to make this video very short as possible. So please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into the video. So guys, in today's video I'll be talking about postpartum depression. I feel like a lot of mothers, new mothers, don't really know a lot about that, and I think we need to be aware about that type of depression. And you need to know when you have that type of depression, because with me, I didn't know. I only found out probably 3 years after that there's such a thing as postpartum depression. And yeah, I just wanted to raise awareness with that, you guys. Like, let's educate ourselves with the mental health issues that are out there so that we know the symptoms that we're having. Like, sometimes fatigue isn't really fatigue, you know. Maybe you're going through something that needs to be checked out. And yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. And so guys, we're going to start with I noted these points down because I didn't want to forget what I'm talking about, because I have short memory loss. um that is also due to having a baby, you guys. People don't um realize how much having a child changes you completely. I started to have memory loss, and even till today, my daughter's 7 years, but I still forget things very quickly. I would be talking about something 1 minute, and then after that, my brain just takes me somewhere else, and then I completely forget. Like, this happens when I'm talking to my friend about something, and then I just have this thought in my head, and then the next thing she's just like, you were talking, and I'm like, I was talking, what was I saying? Like, and that is like a problem, guys, if you think of it. Like, why would you forget something that you were talking about just 15 seconds ago? About 15 seconds ago. So postpartum depression is depression that you have after giving birth. It happens after. Some people do get depressed during pregnancy, but most of the time it is after, because your body changes, you have a newborn, no one prepares you for having a baby. So all of that stress, like, as much as you some of us do have help. We have help from our mothers, our partners, family, friends, but still, like, depression hits people differently, you know. So the symptoms of postpartum depression are insomnia, loss of appetite, intense irri- irritability, and difficulty bonding with the baby. So there's a lot more symptoms, but the symptoms that I wrote down are symptoms that I had personally, like loss of appetite. I couldn't eat. I couldn't, like, do anything. And you know how they tell you in the hospital that you have to eat in order for the milk to be produced on your breasts. So I had no appetite. Like, guys, when I gave birth, I was shocked. Like, I don't know if this happens to most moms, but you know, when you it hasn't registered to you that, oh my gosh, I'm a mom, and you're just looking at the baby like, but what if it's not my baby? Like, you have those thoughts in your mind, but like, but what if it's not my baby? What if I'm sleeping? What if this is a dream? What if, like, you have all of these things that you're supposed to process, but at the same time, being a mom needs you to make decisions right now. You don't just decide that, you know what, I need a break. let me just take the baby, put it there, and then let me take time to process this, and I'll come back and be a mom. It doesn't work like that. You have to do things now. Once the baby comes out, you're a mom automatically, and you have to adjust to that as quickly. And I think that is why we have this depression, because everything happens so quickly, and it takes, like a normal human being, guys, it takes us time to process things that happen to us. So yeah, I had lost appetite. I was irritated a lot, especially in school. When I got pregnant when I gave birth when I was doing my matric. So I had to juggle matric and a newborn. So I used to get irritated a lot at school. I couldn't hear the teacher. All I could hear was the baby crying. And I used to ask my classmates, don't you guys hear that baby? And they're like, there's no baby in school. Like, are you crazy? And I'd literally tell them, like, there's a baby crying. Like, guys, people don't understand. As a mom, you hear that baby crying in your ear. It sounds crazy if you've never been a mom before, but those are some of the things that you go through. You hear the baby crying, because especially if you have a baby that cries a lot. But all babies cry. Like, mine was worse. If I should say so myself, my baby was worse. So I used to get irritated a lot. And they say here, difficulty bonding with the baby. I had a lot of difficulty because, as I've told you guys, I was doing matric and I was also a mom. So my pregnancy wasn't planned. No one wants to have a baby while being in school. No one wants to have a baby while being a teenager. So for me, obviously, I was going to have difficulty bonding because I didn't want the baby in the first place. So yeah, that was very, very difficult. But I did have help from my mom. She has 4 kids, so she has a lot of experience with children. She knew what to do, and I just took that time and just focused on myself and on healing. That's one of the things. You have to heal. You have to heal your body. Like, all of these changes, like, that you go through with the stitches, with your belly stretching, and now you have to work into getting it back to its normal size, and your breasts become. I had, guys, you guys won't believe me, but I had small breasts to a point where I wasn't wearing a bra. Like, my breasts were so small that I didn't need a bra. So when I got pregnant, my boobs got big. I was wearing, I think it was a 36C bra size. That's how big my boobs were. So imagine going from not wearing a bra at all to being a 36C. Like, my boobs were huge. But now that the years have passed, I think they're going back to their normal size. And also the sagging, like, no one tells you that your boobs are going to sag. Milk is going to come out excessively. I always worried at school that, oh my God, what if I'm dripping and stuff like that. All of the things that you deal with. You don't know. Like, so they say here, things that you may experience after birth that you need to go, like, it's part of the symptoms, like things that you deal with after giving birth, and things that you need to go to the doctor for to get it checked out. Like, when it comes to your mood, you get anger, anxiety, guilt, hopelessness, panic attacks, and you get fatigued, you lose your appetite and your weight. So I had a lot of anger, obviously, because my pregnancy wasn't planned. The father of my child wasn't there. I'm still if I get to a point where I'm able to talk about the father of my baby, I will. But for now, I don't think I want to get into that because, yeah, I'm still healing from all of that happened. Anxiety, not so. I think I actually had anxiety years after. Guilt, I did have guilt because I couldn't be the mom I wanted to be to the baby, so I was feeling guilty because I brought this person into the world, but I can't love them. I can't give them the attention that they need. So yeah, I had a lot of guilt. Also, mom guilt. We all know mom guilt. If you're a mom, you know that when you're at school, when you're at work and you're not near your baby, you have mom guilt. You're like, are they okay? is the person that's looking after them treating them well? You have all of these thoughts in your head. Like, once you become a mom, guys, there's no turning back. I think that's one of the craziest things about motherhood, is that you can't reverse it. Once you become a mom, you're a mom for life. Like, that's it. Like, even if your baby grows up and they get their own place, you're still a mom. Because when they come, they still call you mom. So that's one of the things that I had to process, that you're a mom now, and you're not going to not be a mom when you want to. You're a mom, like, right now, forever, you know. So I used to have a lot of panic attacks, and I didn't know what a panic attack was and how it felt like. So for me, having a panic attack, I thought something was wrong with me. Like, I remember this one time I was cooking, and I was removing the pan from the stove, and it fell. Yo, guys, I didn't even, like, I panicked as if it's like a huge thing, whereas it's just the food got spilled on the floor. It's nothing major. Obviously, it's an inconvenience because I had to cook again, but the way I panicked, I felt like my heart was stopping. Like, I was just rushing to clean it up. Like, it was almost as if I don't want anyone to see that I've spilled. Like, all of those things, like, you just, my body and my brain was still, like, like I felt like my brain was frozen. Like, I'm doing something, but my brain is not processing what is actually happening. I don't know if you guys get me. Like, the way I'm doing stuff and the way that I'm moving and the way that I'm acting, is my brain is not used to that. So every time I would have those episodes where I'd have a panic attack, because I can't process everything. I'm juggling matric, I'm a baby, I'm having, I'm juggling matric here I'm having a newborn. There's just a lot of things that were happening, and guys, you're bound to have a panic attack. That's why it's very important to have a lot of support as you can. As much as the support only helps, like, I'd say 50%, and the other 50% you're going through it. Like, you are going through it. I feel like 99% of moms get postpartum depression. And I'm not even joking, you guys. I feel like all of us do get it. Like, doesn't matter if you're second mom, third mom, fourth, fifth, nothing prepares you for giving birth, even though you're giving birth for the third or fifth time. Still, your body's gonna go through the changes. You're gonna still feel the same pain, and it's a different baby. So it's not like, yeah, I'm doing this for the second time, so it's gonna be different. Yeah, you have experience, but still, you're still going to feel the same way that you feel after giving birth. So yeah, I feel like you're bound to get it. Like, there's 90% chance that you might get postpartum depression, but also you need to know how to, you know, what to do. Like, when you in that state, what do you do? One thing that I think that we do need when we're in that state, you do need time off from the baby. You do need to not hear that crying, that fussing, because guys, babies are needy, and if you're a person that doesn't like needy people, you're going to have a problem, because babies are needy. I remember my daughter, she didn't want to sleep next to me or on her bed. She wanted to sleep on top of me, and I literally had to sleep facing upwards the whole night. And I used to get really cold on my shoulders, because as she's sleeping on my chest, I can't put the blanket over her head to cover my shoulders, so I was getting so cold. And the minute I'd think that she's sleeping and I'd put her down, she'd cry. So, yo, guys, also the whole thing of having pain and not knowing what is a comfortable way of sleeping, that is also like a big problem. I used to be woken up by my stitch pain, because another thing that I am yet to understand about giving birth is, when I got stitched, you guys, the lady that was starting to stitch me, she had to leave because her shift was over. So she told me, no, I'm not going to leave you, because when I leave you, we don't know when the other lady that's on duty is going to come. So I'm just going to carry on stitching you until she comes, and then she's going to carry on from me. Because what's going to happen is, if I'm going to leave, the what do you call it, anesthetic, that injection that they put to numb your pain, the numbing injection, is going to get finished in your blood, and then you're literally gonna feel the needle come into you, because we can't give you another aesthetic. Am I saying the correct word? Anesthetic, is it anesthetic? So we can't give you any numbing medication anymore, because it's going to be dangerous to you. We already gave you the one that you need for your body. So I was like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? So she was busy stitching me, stitching me, stitching me. So the lady came, and the lady didn't know how to stitch from, like, you know how there's a, like, even with sewing, guys, there's different types of sewing types. Like, how can I put it? There's different ways to sew. So even when they stitch your skin, there's different ways of stitching. So the nurse that came in, she didn't know the type that the other lady was using. So she basically had to teach this lady how to stitch me. So yeah, that also took time, because she didn't want to do the wrong thing. Yeah. So when the second lady was stitching me, I think halfway through her stitching me, I could feel the pain. Like, I could feel the needle go in and out, and the pulling of the string. Ew, it was the worst pain ever. I couldn't wait for it to finish. So literally, the point of me telling you guys this is that after giving birth and you going through the healing of the stitches, you literally feel the same pain that you felt when they were stitching you, for some reason. Like, after the numbing medication is gone from your system, you feel the pain. It's almost as if they started over stitching you, like, from scratch. So yeah, also those pains, it's very uncomfortable sleeping. People say that people who are pregnant and have never been new moms say that pregnancy is hard, but I think after you've given birth, that's when the hard part starts. Pregnancy isn't hard. You're still yourself. Yes, your body does change. Yes, it's difficult. It's difficult to sleep, especially in your third trimester. But, like, after, it's even more worse, because now you're not only taking care of your belly and yourself, and making sure that you eat, and making sure the baby moves, and making sure that you sleep comfortably for yourself. Now you have to think of this person. At the same time, you have to put you second, because you also need to be taken care of. So it's very important to have somebody who understands what you're going through, who's going to be like, you know what, you need to take a break from the baby, go and do something, or just sleep. I'll take care of the baby for the rest of the night. You really need that. And I'm going to say kudos to the single moms out there. Like, I usually look at videos, and moms are like, yeah, mother of three, single mom of three. I always ask myself, how do you guys do it? Like, on your own. Like, you go through a pregnancy on your own, you go through giving birth on your own, you go through raising the baby on your own. Like, how do you guys do it? Like, I don't think people understand the magnitude of giving birth, and the fact that your life changes forever. I don't think we even think about that. Your life literally change. Like, it's mind-boggling to me, because, like, it just changes forever. Like, it's never going to be the same again. You're never going to be that person. Like, I always think about me before having a baby, and how free I was, and how unbothered I was, and how I just didn't care about stuff like small things, worrying that your baby is going to choke, constantly checking on your baby if they're still breathing. I still do that, and my daughter is 7 years, but I still check on her. I still like when I get happy when she snores because I know that she's alive. So when she's very, very quiet and she's not moving, I always have to check if she's fine. So yeah, a lot of things like that, Jay. After but overall, you guys, motherhood is the like great. If you have the support that you need to get through every single step of motherhood, you're going to enjoy it. But obviously, if you're having a lot of stress and anxiety and depression, yeah, it's going to be a very, very like hard thing. And it's going to be even more hard on the baby because, as I said, babies are needy and they need their mom, they need that bonding. Like I would see with my daughter, my mom would take her, but but you could just feel her that she wants to be with me. I don't know if you guys get that. Like, you know how a baby just wants their mom. Like somebody would be holding her and she'd be crying, and I'll just hold her and she'll be quiet. Like they could feel that this is my mom. You know, so yeah, like breastfeeding is also like very, very hard. Getting to teach a newborn, somebody that can't even hear what you're saying or can't understand you, teaching them how to suck and not blow. But the nice thing about God and how He created children is that they know to suck and not blow. Because if they didn't, how were we going to be able to teach them, So also breastfeeding is hard. I remember I breastfed for 1 week and my boobs were like I had scars on my breast, guys. Like I was bleeding and I didn't know if it was safe to still breastfeed your baby with the breast with blood. So for me, I had to stop because as much as I was adding like the what do they call it, the nipple cream, it still wasn't going away. Like I was still having sores and I was still like bleeding. So yeah, I had a lot of difficulty what do they call it when you breast pumping. I had difficulty breast pumping milk from my breast because I wasn't producing enough milk. Because as I said, you guys, I didn't have appetite, and they say that if you want to produce milk in your breast, you have to eat. You have to eat like a pig. You have to eat every 2 hours, just like a baby, because you feed every 2 hours. So you also have to be like one step ahead of the baby, like producing more milk than you literally have to be a cow and produce milk. So yeah, without making the video long, I think that's all I wanted to say. I don't know if I left anything out, and I hope I wasn't off topic. I really, really tried to stay on topic, and I hope you guys can hear me, because sometimes when I talk, I feel like people can't understand what I'm saying because I have a lot of difficulty putting my points across, which is part of the reason why I have a YouTube channel, because I'm teaching myself how to speak, you know. I'm very like socially awkward and antisocial, so I don't socialize a lot and I don't talk a lot with people and I don't communicate. Most of the time I prefer texting. So for me, this is like something that is out of the box, like speaking through a camera. I feel like you guys are there, you're watching me, you're hearing what I'm saying, and I really hope that you guys can interact. Also, do your own research as well. If you're planning to be a mom or if you're pregnant, do your research. Think of ways on how you can deal with the postpartum depression. And yeah, also, if you have a lot of support, I think you're gonna go through it. Like as women, we are very, very strong, and there's nothing that we can't get through. I mean, like, God created us to go through the hard things that men can't, even though they try to understand, but I don't think they can fully understand the magnitude of the things that we go through, you know. Even with periods, it's a lot. The hormones imbalance, like the mood swings, like it really takes a mature man to understand that things like that happen. It's not that we're exaggerating, it's not like we're needy, it's not that we want attention, but sort of the things that we go through, and we also don't know why we go through that, and we don't know why our mood's changing. Sometimes we don't even notice that our mood is changing, but it does. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being in this video and for watching and for interacting. I really hope you guys do subscribe and get me to 100 subs by the end of May. And yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. And also, if you guys want to see this makeup look, please check out my TikTok. I'll put it down on the screen so that you guys can follow me on TikTok and also on Instagram and Facebook. So see you guys in my next video. Until next time, bye.